Have you ever felt the night watching you back? In this village, the darkness is alive, whispering secrets no one dares to hear. Tonight, a stranger arrives, unaware that the night itself has chosen him for a fate worse than death. The villagers avoid the stranger's gaze, their eyes hollow and fearful. Whispers fill the air, warning him to leave before the night consumes him. But curiosity claws at his mind, pulling him deeper into the village's dark heart. At the edge of the village, an ancient well stands silent. The stranger hears a faint, chilling melody rising from its depths. Drawn closer, he feels the cold breath of something unseen, something waiting patiently in the darkness below. Suddenly, a scream shatters the silence. The stranger spins around, but the village is empty. Only the echo of that desperate cry remains, fading into the night. What creature could have made such a sound? The answer lurks just beyond sight. He follows the sound to a crumbling chapel, its doors hanging open like a mouth frozen in a scream. Inside, the air is thick with decay and something far worse. The stranger's heart pounds as he steps into the blackened silence. A figure emerges from the shadows, a woman, pale and trembling, her eyes wide with terror. She warns him of the night's curse, a darkness that feeds on fear and never sleeps. But before he can ask more, she vanishes like a ghost. The stranger's mind races. What curse could grip this village so tightly? Outside, the wind howls like a beast, and the night seems to pulse with a sinister life. He realizes the night is not just dark, it is hungry. He returns to the well, desperate for answers. Peering down once more, he sees a pair of glowing eyes staring back. Frozen, he watches as a shadowy hand reaches out, beckoning him into the abyss below. A sudden chill grips his spine. The ground trembles beneath his feet. The night is awakening, and it wants him. He stumbles back, but the village seems to close in, walls shifting like living things, trapping him in a nightmare maze. Desperate, he races through narrow alleys, shadows stretching like claws to snatch him. Every step echoes with whispers of the lost, voices begging for release. But escape feels impossible. The night's grip tightens with every breath. He finds refuge in an old tavern, its door creaking shut behind him. Inside, the air is thick with smoke and fear. The few patrons stare silently, their faces gaunt and eyes hollow. They know the night's secret, but none dare speak it aloud. An old man approaches, his voice a rasp. He tells of a creature born from the night itself, a shadow that devours souls. It hunts when the moon hides, and only the brave or the foolish dare confront it. The stranger feels the weight of those words. Suddenly, the tavern door slams open. A cold wind sweeps through, extinguishing candles and plunging the room into darkness. The stranger's heart races as a low growl echoes from outside. The hunt has begun, and the night is alive with terror. He bolts from the tavern into the night, the village now a twisted maze of fear. Behind him, footsteps pound, relentless and close. The stranger's breath comes in ragged gasps as he realizes the creature is faster, smarter, and hungrier than he imagined. Cornered in a dead-end alley, the stranger turns to face his pursuer. Eyes glowing with malice pierce the darkness. The creature steps forward, its form shifting like smoke and shadow. The night itself seems to breathe around them, waiting for the final strike. With no weapon but his will, the stranger confronts the darkness. He recalls the old man's words. The creature fears light. Desperately, he strikes a flint, sparks flying into the night. The brief flame reveals the monster's true form, a nightmare made flesh. The creature recoils, hissing like a beast scalded. But it is not defeated. It lunges forward, darkness swirling like a storm. The stranger dodges, heart pounding, knowing this fight will decide if he escapes the night or becomes part of its eternal hunger. Suddenly, a piercing scream splits the air. The spectral woman from the chapel appears, wielding a lantern glowing with pure light. She steps between the stranger and the creature, her presence pushing back the shadows with a fierce, radiant glow. She whispers a warning. The night's hunger is endless, and the creature will return. But for now, the light holds. The stranger feels hope flicker inside him, but the night's true terror is yet to come. The dawn is still far away. The stranger follows her to the village edge, where ancient stones mark a forgotten boundary. She explains that the night's curse began centuries ago, when a pact was broken and darkness was unleashed. To survive, he must face the source of the curse itself. They journey through twisted woods, the air thick with whispers and unseen eyes. Every step feels heavier, as if the night itself resists their passage. The stranger's resolve hardens, knowing that turning back means certain death in the village's grasp. At the heart of the forest, they find a shattered altar, cracked and stained with ancient blood. The woman reveals this was where the pact was made and broken. The stranger senses a dark presence lurking, waiting to reclaim what was lost. Suddenly, the ground trembles. From the shadows, the creature returns, larger and more terrifying than before. It roars, a sound that shakes the very trees. The stranger grips a fallen branch, ready to fight for his life and the village's salvation. The battle is fierce and desperate. Light clashes with shadow as the stranger strikes with all his might. The creature's form flickers, revealing glimpses of a tortured soul trapped in eternal darkness. Victory feels close, but the night will not yield easily. With a final, desperate cry, the stranger plunges the branch into the creature's heart. A blinding light explodes, and the shadows scream as they dissolve into the night. Silence falls, heavy and complete, as if the world itself is holding its breath. The woman smiles sadly, warning that the curse is broken but not ended. The night will always hunger, and darkness will return in new forms. The stranger feels the weight of this truth, knowing his fight is only the beginning. As dawn breaks, the village slowly awakens, unaware of the horrors that passed in the night. The stranger stands at the edge, watching the sun rise with a mixture of relief and dread. The night's whisper lingers in his mind, a haunting promise. He knows the night will return, as it always does, hungry and patient. But now, he carries a light within him, a spark of hope against the endless dark. The battle may be won, but the war is far from over. In the deepest shadows, unseen eyes watch his every move. The night waits, biding its time. And somewhere, in the silence between heartbeats, a new darkness stirs, ready to rise when the sun falls again. The night never truly ends. It whispers, it waits, and it hunts. And when you think you are safe, it will find you. Because the night is eternal, and so is its hunger.